Hello, and you're listening to the Lonely Artist Cast with me, Dreams, and my long-term double act, Anaseed.
Good evening. I keep doing that. When it's the podcast, I keep saying good evening.
Yeah, I know.
It's irrelevant. It could be 3 a.m. for you.
Do we talk about the fact that I nearly tried to murder you? Should we just
jump right into the murder
behind
attempt?
the curtain? Because I just measured. That's a single shot of whiskey, and you know what these glasses are like. That's a single shot. That's 25 mils. Now that means that me and you, unregulated, clearly drink shots of at least 75 to 100 mil.
At least unregulated.
Now,
shots unleashed.
In my defence, I did warn you. I did say I drank the neck of that bottle, and I was munted. And I said, "Watch this! It's fucking deadly." I mean, you put on a good show for Dom. He found it hilarious, but
he loved it.
Which I was surprised at.
I mean, it could have gone one of two ways. I think it could have been terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. For context, we recorded a radio show last week, and we had a guest, but we went to them, and there were other DJs there as well, which I wasn't expecting. That caught me off guard, and then I was having to use the mixer, not just like 3 at the most is like what I'm used to, but then there was like 5 of us in the room.
Yeah.
Plus people talking over the music, and there were points where I just didn't even like play the music. It was playing, but no one could hear it because I was gone. I was on another planet.
Yeah. I don't know. We need to go back and like amend that maybe.
It's going to take a lot of amending, I think.
Yep. More weeks where we haven't gone to the studio. Is good, I mean, but you're away.
I was going to say, to be fair, I'm not even in Brighton as we're recording this. We're recording it remotely.
Yeah. How do you think the event's going to go? I suppose you don't know, do you?
Yeah, but I don't know. I would like it to go well because of the price of diesel at the moment. Oh
my word! Are we going there? That's the one thing. Like, I'm sorry for our listeners that. Yeah, we can. We're allowed to talk on politics here, and we can whinge about shit like that. What's the worst you've seen? Because like I went and got fuel yesterday, and I've seen it 180 at Shell by me for you diesel.
182 is the worst that I've seen. That's on my way out of town.
Oh, are you regretting having a diesel car?
No, because
the higher mileage.
I drive a lot of long distances, so it works out better. But let's not get into car talk. I was just annoyed that I was originally supposed to be going to Plymouth to do Plymouth Zine Fair, but I was offered MegaCon in Birmingham, and I ended up taking that. And I'm really glad I did now, because Plymouth is like a 5-6 hour drive.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Is it cheaper would it have been cheaper to fly there, do you reckon? Because do you remember we ran into a lady who like was from Cornwall and was like, yeah, I flew to Brighton, and we were like, what? Yeah. Like private charter thing, like, yeah, and it worked. Do you know what? Like, for the price of kerosene, it probably now is 100% cheaper. It probably is cheaper to just
even like getting from
charter stuff, yeah.
Or like getting from Cornwall to Plymouth, like with the trains that would be involved, it would still probably be cheaper.
Yeah.
Than driving.
Yeah, it's always an option. I just
Well, who knows what the future might hold? Maybe I'm going to start flying everywhere.
Yeah. I am kind of sad whenever you go to an event and don't date me now. as we had such a laugh. I'm looking forward to kick flipping every bed. I don't know whether we might need to explain that. Yeah, well, like we done, what was it, Farnham?
Farnborough.
Farnborough, yeah, Farnborough, and I vigorously rolled in bed, and like I had to call Anaseed for help because
Literally,
the bed was at a 45-degree angle.
I was asleep, and I'm pretty sure you said something along the lines of, "You need to see this," and then I got up, and all I could see was bed. And I was just like, I go to sleep for like 10-15 minutes, and you're out here like kick flipping beds. I had to like pull the bed back to rescue you.
Thank you. Oh God, I wouldn't have known what to do without you, mate. That
You would have been finished. That would have been the end of you.
That hotel was something else, man. It really was. Like the waterfall feature, like, 'cause it hammered it down. It was like proper waterfall. Like I don't even know the damp problem that place had. Probably
there was like some sort of hole in the building, like on the, because we were on the top floor. There was only 3 floors, but there was like, maybe there was a lift there at some point, but there was just like a bit that was like cordoned off, and there was like a draft coming through it, like it was just a massive hole. I mean, it wasn't bad. I've stayed in worse hotels.
Yeah, the wallpaper looks a bit where you are at the moment.
Yeah, this is a bit of a it's a bit of a weird hotel. This one.
You either got parquet flooring or you've got brown carpet. It's one of the two.
This has brown carpet.
It's gonna. Yes. I was gonna say that room. That room has not been decorated since before smoking was banned. I can tell you that now. The colour of it. It's all magnolia.
Just before we recorded, I had to go for a piss, and I lifted up the toilet seat, and there was shit in the toilet.
Oh no! Oh God!
That's a first. I've never had that before.
Oh, a little present there for you.
A nice little gift. Who needs a mint on your pillow when you can have a shit in the toilet?
The chocolate's in the toilet. It's been digested for you.
Pre-digested mint.
Just add toothpaste. I finished a project.
Oh yeah.
I finished the respooler, which it takes one roll of filament, and I'm holding up the respooler and puts it on another. So it takes it off the cardboard reels and puts it on whatever plastic reels you have remaining. Yeah, I finished. That's kind of what I've been doing. I managed to get that sorted. I haven't drawn anything.
So I got to the con today to set up, and it's like the NEC is like a humongous building, and because it's not MCM and it's MegaCon, they don't have it at the front, they have it all the way at the arse end. So I have to like traipse through the entire building. It takes like 10 minutes to walk through the entire building, I swear. And I'm walking through, and I'm like, there's a lot of people that are really ripped and wearing tank tops for some reason. And I was like, maybe it's a coincidence, but like the closer I get to the end, like the more like jacked people that I'm seeing. And then I turn around the corner and there's some sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger con on. And there's just all these like gym bros. And like, I don't know what it is. It's really weird. I sort of peeked through the door and it just looked like a load of gym brands were like selling stuff. But there was like so many people. I was like, what are they here for? Is Arnie here? Like, if he is, Like, I need to know.
He's
probably not, though. He probably just, like, endorses the event.
You think he would be there, though, wouldn't you? Can you Google this to find out whether he is there or not? Also, why did you not, like, you've stopped going into oh God, what is it? What are reporters called? Reporter mode. And I can't believe you haven't done any. You didn't take any sneaky photos. I mean,
I did take one. I took one.
Good.
But it's not a very exciting photo. It was just a big sign that said athletes holding area. They're keeping them penned in for some reason. The Arnold Sports Festival UK 2026 takes place at the LAC, Birmingham, from March 27th to March 29th, featuring bodybuilding, fitness, and strength sports. Arnold Schwarzenegger will attend to host, participate in a live Q&A, and oversee the largest bodybuilding prize money in Europe. Oh my God.
Knew he'd be there.
So I'm going to be in the same building as Arnie.
That's amazing. I was going to say, because, like, I was shocked at the, you know, like, you've done the whole, yeah, because, like, we've loosely gone through the photos that I have in our little photo slideshow thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we need to go through mine, but, like, I was not expecting, I mean, you've blown me away, where, like, oh my God, you know what I'm going to say?
No?
The Terminator guy, do you remember? We
got
the Fisto Roboto and we showed in the book. Yeah, and I was just like, I could not believe that you had that in.
I love that. Not only was it a photo of like the Terminator cosplay guy, but we both did it. So we asked him twice to take the same photo, and he probably had absolutely no idea what was going on.
Also, who is that?
Oh, the photo. That's definitely a photo from Lapada, but I don't know who it is. I think they were taking Polaroids for some reason. You looking through all the random shit that I sent you?
Yeah, I just can't believe you've got that. I was just like, I wasn't expecting it.
The one of me and Terminator, I didn't even have to dig out. That's been in my camera roll for probably since it was taken.
I just can't get over it. Like, yeah, I'm just like, where the hell did you get these? A Lapada where I'm stroking the little dog. I mean, the fact is that you've got me wearing an LAC shirt, and for some reason I've got a blazer on as well.
Well, it's because we were at Lapada, so we had to sort of look the part.
Yeah, I know. It's nuts.
I think the first time that we went, we both wore blazers to try and look a little bit legit, and then the second time we just didn't bother.
Yeah, I mean,
because by that point we realised it was a sham.
Yeah, I can't think of like too much to. Yeah, art-wise, I haven't really thought about anything. I've just been absolutely. This week's just been some sort of weird write-off. You know.
Yeah, I've been a bit like that, to be honest. Like, I did some drawing at the weekend. I finished some comic pages I needed to do, but other than that, sort of been a bit. I wrote a script for a comic this morning. It was only one page because I've not mentioned it on the podcast before, so I'll mention it now. I make a lot of comics now with a writer, and we've been making a lot of like all ages stuff, but we're working on something different and more adult for reasons that will become clear in the future. And he sent me this message basically saying like, we can fill it out with loads of other random stuff, and that I could write something and he could draw it, but I didn't. I just looked at the message on my lock screen and I didn't look at what the context was, so I got really excited and I just ran to Google Docs and just wrote like the stupidest script that I could, and I sent it to him and he was literally like, "What the fuck is this?" He was like, "What? Why have you sent me this? What purpose does this serve?" And then I looked back and I was like, oh, "Okay, fine, that's not actually entirely what you're asking for."
You need to probably explore and do more of that stuff. Surely if he's like, yeah, write something, like you writing anything would be something, you know, it would have been useful. Surely it can be used.
I mean, it will. Maybe I'll just end up drawing it.
Yeah, maybe.
Last time we recorded, I got all up on my high horse about having segments, and then literally 2 episodes in, they've just gone completely by the wayside.
Can you remember what the segments were? Have you not got them?
No.
We can do them. We can get through it.
No, it's too late now. It's fine. I think we kind of covered one. We spoke about what we've been doing.
I don't know how true it is. I'm reading this from... this is WDW News today. Disney's 1 billion AI deal falls apart. Bigger soaring changes and Bluey's takeover. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Sora. Yes, AI Sora is cancelled.
Yeah. Were they partnered with Disney in some way?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's good that they're now not going to use it, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, it sounds like Sora.
I get what you mean, though, in a way, like, about how it stops there from being a blank canvas.
Yeah.
But, like, you could do anything and then not have a blank canvas.
Or, like, take a shit like the blank toilet.
Yeah. I feel like you made me sound like an arsehole for being against AI, and I'm not happy about it.
But there will be a turning point where it's just going to be here and there's nothing you can do, you know, and, like, yeah,
But that's terrifying. Like, I don't want that to be a thing. I don't know why anyone would want that to be a thing.
Yeah, I know, but the same thing could be said about nuclear weapons. Do you know what I mean? Like, if, you know...
I don't think it's really comparable.
No, but for nuclear weapons, if you tell everyone about, like, you know, what they can do and thing, and at one point, like, everyone's going to have them, and then people that shouldn't have them have them, you know, whilst they were making them, you'd be like, I don't want this to be a thing, and it is a thing, and it is here, and that's all there is to it.
Yeah, but, like, you make nuclear weapons and then they just sit there. Like, you don't have to... They don't require massive amounts of energy and massive server stations.
Yeah. But it will get...
Or constantly create pollution.
Yeah. But us as humans do that anyway. Like, the mining industry creates massive amounts of pollution. The deforestation causes massive amounts of pollution.
It's just adding, like...
Yeah, I know. It's adding like petrol piss to the thing. Yeah, I know. I totally get it. Yeah, for drawing people with 6 fingers. I hate it too. But I just, you know, the only good thing is that it will become more efficient. You know, it's like calculators can be solar powered. You know, whereas before, the first calculator was mechanical powered. And then the next one, you know, was like plugged into a wall. You know, like things do get more eco. At one point, we had every light was sodium and carbon filaments burning. Do you know what I mean? If you know, like if you were to tell someone, like, you know, now explain it to kids, like, yeah, like LED light bulbs are like. Use no power whatsoever. It's like negligible. You can't even notice. You know, if you were told, like, yeah, we used to have like filament, and we would like melt the glass and then entrap it with some inert gas with a tiny filament that if you like knocked it, it would break and it would burn. We used to have 60 to 160 watt light bulbs for every light in the house. You know, like people would be like, "What the hell?" You know, like millions of people. You know, like just burning watts.
Well, it's good to know that one day when I'm not able to get creative work because everybody just does it with AI, at least it'll be eco-friendly.
Yeah.
So,
eventually.
you know, swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, that's it. Like, mate, you'll never. It's the whole thing. You know, it's like me and you screen print, right? When there's like, what was that printer you used at your place that like throws away rolls? You know, like blankets per whatever. You know, and like, you know, like printers exist now. Digital printers, G-Clay printers. You know, me and you still screen print. You know, direct to garment. You know, no one could be like, you know, like no matter what, I cannot go up to an AI and be like, "Here, give us a punk shark that's having sex with a pig," like our former prime minister. You know, and
I mean, you could, but it just wouldn't. It wouldn't be the same.
It wouldn't crack out what I wanted, what's in my heart. But it's there, and you've got no way of shutting it down. You know, question, right? If you don't want this so badly, are you gonna go into a dystopian punk shark, like cyberpunk thing, and find the main switch and kill it yourself, and take down the government?
Maybe I will.
And screen print the Epstein list.
Maybe that's my destiny. Maybe my destiny is cyberpunk punk shark.
Yeah. Have you watched Cyberpunk yet?
No, I've still only seen bits of it.
Me and you need to do a bit of the old, like, you know, housekeeping and stick that on and watch it. And yeah, and you need to do a cyberpunk dystopian, you know, punk shark doesn't get the girl and whinges about cleaning out the cupboard.
I think the next punk shark book is going to have to be Cyberpunk Shark.
Yeah, I think so.
Where he's just where he's fighting AI.
Yeah.
That's it.
Might be good.
We've willed it into existence. It's got to happen.
Anything you want to update people on?
I've got nothing. I'm at a con, but I haven't done the con yet, so I don't have any further stories other than the Arnie con that was adjacent.
It's awesome that you noticed it, and it's even more awesome that I was like, he's got to be there. I just
like, it was weird as well because there's like, it's the Friday and there's already people in cosplay, so it was like a really weird juxtaposition of like really muscular athletic people and then people in cosplay. It's like they were two very different vibes that I feel aren't gonna gel. Like there was a lot of like pointing and laughing that I could see happening, and I was just like, oh, is it gonna be this kind of weekend?
I'd laugh if he manages to like throw a cosplay together. And Frank fired off a question. If you want to get that in quick.
Right, hang on.
I'll read it out.
Oh, go on then.
Oh no, you can read it. It's one of those fucking ones again.
Fine. It looks like he's also typing another one. So here's one of the segments, I guess. It's the question segment. Frank asks, if wave intensity increases by square inverse to the distance from the shore, how thick must the base of a groin be? I don't even know how to answer that.
art news. Stuart Simple has made the blackest pink, which is black until you get it wet.
The blackest pink?
Yeah, or you've got the heat one. Heat one where when you heat it up it turns pink.
Huh. I want
the
it, but I
colour
don't know what
is
I'd do
black
with it.
until it's pink and then until it changes back to black. Yeah. There you go. So it's black. You throw on hot water and then it goes pink. And then once it cools down, it goes back to black. Also, weird thing as well. Someone was talking about making their own fabric inks. Do you remember? Do you remember when we were printing and then we used like normal? We accidentally used normal inks for the t-shirts and it worked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, someone like I can't remember who they were. They were doing like a Sailor Moon Britney Spears, and it was like Sailor Moon Oops I Did It Again or something. So it's Sailor Moon's head with like a Britney Spears red jumpsuit or something, and they were making their own fabric acrylic inks, and they were mixing it with fabric softener. I don't know how fast and washable it was, but yeah.
What was the reason for adding the fabric softener?
I think it's a way of like, like making it sort of like more watery but not watery, and of adding some sort of form of detergent that like gets it into the clothes.
Right.
I don't know. Do you know what? Now that I've looked into it, part of me's thinking, I bet you that is full of shit. I bet someone's dubbed over that and was saying, add fabric softener, and I reckon it's a load of old horse shit, and he's probably using fucking actual fabric acrylic, if that's the case.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think so. Even though that it is something I did want to bring up to you, because we fucked up that one time, and it seemed to work, because you've had that shirt on like hot wash and everything.
Yeah, it's been washed loads of times.
Because we compared it to like the Duff beer thing where Homer goes to the Duff beer factory and it's all like one pipe and it splits into three, and you've got like the light and Duff and Duff banquet, and it's all coming from the same pipe.
Just like the Speedball factory.
I know, yeah. Well, I think that's all we got time for. You've been listening to the Lonely Artist Cast. I've been joined by...
It's me, Anaseed. And I've been joined by...
it's me, Dreams. of the delicate kind. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a good night. Or day. Or whatever time you're listening to this too.
Good. No, there's only night or day. There's not one that just covers everything. Whatever.
Afternoon. There's afternoon.
Yeah, I suppose, but that only covers one time of the day as well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
The Truman Show. The Anaseed Moon Show.